Good evening. I'm Barb. You remember us from, today we're at Hunt Valley Church, ESC Level 3, Lesson 5. I have with me Mr. Chuck, who you already know.
Hi there.
And Miss Lynn is doing our taping for us, and also we have some VIPs here, as Lloyd used to call them. Dee Dee and Joyce are here with us also. It's really a pleasure to have you tune in and for our lessons, and I hope that you learned something fun today. Today we're going to be covering what a double negative is. We're going to practice some pronunciation. We're going to have some vocabulary building, and we're going to work with some fun idioms. If you've been watching March's lessons, she also works with idioms a lot. We both of us do them off and on. They're just fun things that you say. Now, double negatives is a concept that people use. It is not correct grammar. It can be used for like emphasis, or it can be used in some situations, but it's something that's really easy to do, especially for people that are just starting to learn English. And I do it myself sometimes unknowingly, so don't feel bad if this happens, but it's just something we need to know what it is, okay? So, two negative words used in one sentence, and it could be two or more. Now, we know that no is a negative word, so if I say, "Oh, Chuck, you can't do that," that's negative, right? If we put another negative word in there, that would be called a double negative. Mostly the ones that are commonly used for double negative words are don't, and I know last week Marge went over prepositions with you, so do not, that's what it means, that contraction. Can't, cannot, don't, do not. Now you notice all of those are contractions. And remember the little parentheses denotes a missing letter. And if you look at it, you can see the N-O-T in it. Okay, not, never, hardly, and barely. Those are also words that are negative. Now, I kind of had to learn something myself today. And so you've heard this word. It's not great grammar, but you heard it, ain't. That ain't fair. Bad grammar. But the contraction for ain't was a little bit surprising to me. So who knows what that is? Does anybody here in our student audience know? What's ain't? What's that the contraction for? It would be A-I-N-T, N apostrophe T. We know the not. What's the A-I stand for? Chuck knows because we looked it up. Okay, Chuck, what was it?
I forgot.
M.
M.
M, not. Okay, so that's just a little something. If you would go ask most of the people on the street, you could say, "Hey, person on the street, what two words is ain't made up of?" They wouldn't know. I can almost guarantee it, but now you got one up on them. So here we go. Okay, these particular words up here with any form of no make a double negative. Now, here's some really fun things. I'm sure you all listen to songs on the radio, and this is a really famous song. Can't Get No Satisfaction. That's a Rolling Stones. If you don't know that song, you gotta look it up. It's just a fun song. Here's another one. Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone. And this is by Bill Withers. It's a very popular song. Another one I'm sure you've heard. Ain't No Mountain High Enough. And this is by Joe's, and I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right, but Shabato. Okay, now let's look at this sentence. A really fun thing about double negatives is really tricky, because if you use two negatives, it turns into a positive. Okay, this is tricky, but this is fun once you get the hang of it. So here we've got, I can't get no satisfaction. You would have the no here, and the second no here. So what does that mean? Did he get satisfaction?
Yes.
He did, yeah. So it's a little tricky thing. Here's another one. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. So the one no would be here with this little parentheses, not, and the second would be no. So do we have sunshine when she's gone? It's not sunny. It is sunny. So I don't know exactly what this guy's trying to say. He should have said there is sunshine when she's not gone. But anyway, that's a little mixed up. Okay, Chuck, where's the no's and the two no's in this sentence?
No and no.
Here's no. Where's another no?
And apostrophe T.
Ain't.
Ain't.
Ain't, yeah. And we are so not accustomed to using that word since we were little kids. Everybody told us, don't use ain't, which is good grammar, not good grammar, but because of the particular subject we're using it. So ain't no mountain high enough. And they go on about climbing the mountain, you know, and everybody can climb the mountain. So this ends up to be a positive. All right, it's a little tricky, but it's just a thing that often we do. Okay, and I don't want to use ain't too much, but I did use it in this first sentence, and it said, you ain't seen nothing yet. So your negatives would be the not and the nothing. I'm going to pick on Mr. Chuck again because he was the designated pick-on student. So, Mr. Chuck, what would you say instead?
You have not seen anything yet.
Very good. That's good. Okay. It sounds simple, but when you look at this, a lot of people say this. You ain't. They probably maybe not say yay, but they do. You ain't seen nothing yet. You haven't seen anything yet. Okay. Now this is my favorite sentence, so let's try this one. The puppy in the window was so cute, I couldn't not buy him. Okay. Did he buy the puppy?
Yes.
Because why?
Double negatives.
Makes a what? Positive.
Positive.
Well, actually, he bought him because he was really cute. But anyway, okay. What do you think you could put in this sentence to make it correct grammar?
I bought the puppy? No.
To buy, that's close, but you already have to buy
To
here,
buy.
so you wouldn't need bought. But that was a really good guess.
Yeah. Let's see. The puppy in the window was so cute, I could not buy him. I forget.
Okay, that's fine. I put in there wanted. I wanted to buy the puppy because he was so cute. You know, and there are some different things you could put in there. That's just a suggestion. So.
Right.
Okay, now the next one's really tricky because it's a word that we don't use a lot. I don't regret not going to the party. Now, this is tricky. How many negatives are in this sentence?
3.
3, correct. You have the O here would make not. Regret is a negative thing, and not is a negative thing. Now, actually, I can hear somebody saying this. I can see a person on the street, hey, did you go to the party? No, I regret not going to that party. I can hear somebody saying this, you know, in real life. Okay, now I'm going to fill this one in because it's really hard. I am, if you don't regret something, you were what? Happy I did not go to the party. Or I am glad I did not go to the party. What's another word for regret? Anybody know? If I say, oh, I regret I ever knew you, which isn't true, but.
Too late now.
Yeah, after 50 years. I'm not supposed to hit the student, but anyway.
No, you're not supposed to hit the
So,
student.
regret, what does that mean? An easy word for regret. It's not
Sorry?
no, it's not bad, not, what was that?
Sorry.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry is another word for regret. So you could say, I was not sorry about, no, okay.
Now, wait a minute.
Now we're getting a little tricky here. I was sorry, we gotta get those two negatives out. I am sorry I did not go to the party. Okay?
Okay.
It's just that regret is not a word you would probably use a whole bunch, but it is considered a negative word. Do you have any questions? By that
So
don't
some of them have three negatives.
That's right. You can have
2 or
two
more.
or more. And you notice up here how that's written in? I was doing this lesson, and when you think of when you say the word double, what do you think of right away?
2.
2. Okay, but actually, you can have a whole bunch of negative things in a sentence, which we'll get on. I'll demonstrate a little bit later. But anyway, at this point, these things, like these songs, for instance, they are called poetic grammar, which means if you say, I can't get satisfaction, yes, how? That wouldn't rhyme, right? So they rhyme to make a point. Still not good grammar, but anyway, it does happen. All right, now I'm going to put a little different board up here now.
So musicians can use anything, they don't have to have good grammar?
They should have good grammar.
Oh,
Everybody should have good grammar, but it happens.
but it rhymes,
But it rhymes, yeah.
okay.
And sometimes people use two no's to make a point, to make a really big point. Like, I want to make sure you know that point, so it's no, 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 no. Yep, I'll show you that in a little bit. So it's just something you want to be aware of. Most people, when they say two no's together, don't even realize they're making a positive. They think they're saying all bad, all no's. It's not necessarily bad, it's just something that happens. Okay, now we're going to work on our pronunciation. Now, I know we did some of these words before. I think we're pretty much done with a couple of these after this week, but remember we're working on the 100 most mispronounced words. Okay, the first one, I'm going to let you say it before I say it. Go ahead, Mr. Student.
Squirrel,
Squirrel.
squirrel,
Very good. This is the #1 most hard word to speak, to pronounce correctly in English language. So they say. Okay, another one. Scissors.
scissors,
If you could say it with me, please. Scissors.
scissors,
Okay, now this one we all say a lot, but sometimes we don't pronounce it quite right. If you remember when Lloyd was teaching us R's, he says R's are like a pirate. You go R, like you're a big old pirate saying a word. So Chuck, try that in a minute.
grr,
Not grr,
R.
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 Very good. And this is a word we say all the time, but a lot of people don't say it right. Temperature. Do it again. Temperature. Now there's an A in here. A lot of people say temperature. They put an I in there. But it's temperature. 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 And this is more like per than R, because it has the P in it. It's two sounds together. So it goes per instead of R, just a plain R. Temperature. Chuck, what you say?
temperature,
Go ahead, say it again.
temperature,
Good. And the way these work out when it's split up in little sections like this is you start doing it slow, and after you get more comfortable with it, you do it a little faster. Now there's a really neat tool on the internet if you have the internet at home. It's called dictionary.com, and it has a little space in there. You can search anything, and it'll say any word you want back to you. It's really kind of cool. So, all right. This is the one, often. Often.
often,
You don't hear the T in there.
often.
Often. Often. Even though it looks like often. Okay?
You don't
Yeah.
like penguin?
Oh, I didn't do penguin. I didn't. Okay. Penguin.
Penguin,
Penguin.
penguin,
Okay, this is one of the first ones we use. We've been doing this now for a couple of weeks, so probably next week I'll mix it up. We probably won't use penguin again. But you can always go back and look at them again if you're interested. Okay, we're going to do just a little bit of vocabulary, a couple idioms, and then the Bible verse. Okay, vocabulary. Satisfaction. And you see this a lot on if you buy something new like a washing machine. Say, we hope this product works to your satisfaction, or you are satisfied with your product, which is a different, same word, a different, one's a noun and one's an adjective. But anyway, satisfaction. That means you're happy. Oh, I'm so happy my new washer is working. My oven was dead for 7 weeks. It about killed me because of a brand new oven. Let me tell you, when that oven got working, my satisfaction level was very high. Okay, so there's this, I was so
Yeah, that's
happy man
true.
that oven was working. That's no lie. Okay, we went over regret before, and regret, do you remember what that was, Chuck? An easy word for regret?
Sorry,
Very good. Okay. And this is one you don't see a lot. Today we're going to use this in our Bible application, but the name of it is lowly. Says, oh, I'm a lowly person. Woe is me. He was born in this lowly house, this shack that was cumbering down. Let me see. It's an adjective. All right. What is it, Chuck? What does it mean? I have to pick on Chuck because you are here. So.
poor,
Poor. Small of stature. Okay.
ooh,
So, all right, now here's our Bible point. Now this is taken from Hebrews 13:5, and it's actually not a Bible verse. It's based on a Bible verse. It's what we call a hymn. A hymn is a song that's a Christian song, and they used to come in these big fat books. Not anymore, but they used to come in these big fat books, and each song will be based on a Bible verse. And we're gonna look for negatives in this. And this is a fun one, okay? There's not a friend like the lowly Jesus. Okay, so far so good, right?
Yeah,
You see any negatives in there?
there's not. No.
There is.
There is.
So how many negatives in that sentence?
Not
Okay.
and lowly.
Lowly is actually not considered a negative. It's not a not, no, can't, could, or any of those.
You said it was up there.
Well, it means low of, like low of stature, but it's not a negative or no.
Okay.
A no aspect, okay? It's a no aspect, but it's not a no word. I'm sorry, that's really confusing, but anyway, take my word for it. We'll have to go over this again, but
Yes,
not
ma'am.
is the only negative. Now look at this next line. This is cool. This is a double negative, triple negative. No, not one. No, not one. Okay, how many negatives in that sentence?
4. No.
No, more than 4. Let's count them together. No in this sentence is an understood subject, and it's just one no, so that's one negative.
1, 2,
2, 3, 4, 5. So, what do we got here? Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll get it right. I'm sorry. That was my mistake. So we got 4 negatives. So what do you think? Is there no friend like Jesus?
there is.
There is. That's what this is saying. Remember our rule at the beginning that says one or more negatives makes a double negative. Okay? So our friend is Jesus, and I love this because it goes with the lesson so well. There's not a friend like Jesus. And of course I know your religions may not be like ours. I certainly respect that, but in the Christian religion, that's what we believe. So, I have no idea how much time we have left, but, okay.
I guess that's a wrap.
Okay. Thank you so much for listening to us, and I hope you have a great week. See you next time. Well, Miss Marge will see you next time.